My word, if I could go back in time, this would be something I would be doing on a daily basis. Just put a jacket on. It's not going to rain. Those guys that make those weather apps, they've never been to Scotland. The clouds are way too high for rain. Come on, stop being a fanny. 10 minutes, I'll get you the normal spot. A little bit harsh? What if I said, could be his last ever ride? Oh, that's way too harsh. Look, in this video, I want to give you an insight into my mindset about what I would do if I could start all over again with my cycling. You know, we're going back nearly 50 years, coach. I know, but I would focus on longevity. That doesn't mean that I would ride any less, any softer, any slower. No, I'd still be competing, I would still be pushing myself, but there would be a different theme, a different focus, and I want to show you how to do that. This video could be the very video that changes your life. What if you just added 1 hour to your longest ride of the week, then you take the next day off? Result, you get stronger, because riding that longer ride and taking the extra rest day is better than 7 mediocre days, because you're just focused on getting a tick. Okay, I've ridden today. First of all, bottom line, I want you to be aiming for 1 ride a week that hits 2 hours. That's going to deplete the stored fuel in your muscles. That's going to teach you how to train your nutrition strategy on the bike. And you've got the time. It's there. It's hiding in plain sight. If you want something done, no matter how busy you are, you will find the time. Then I want you to double down and force those recovery days. Look forward to them. By doubling down, you're going to do other tasks. You're going to spend some more time with your partner, maybe go for a walk, do those jobs that you've never got time to do. Really cognitively engage in the recovery day as something productive. Then what I want you to do, I want you to dig deep into your soul and ask yourself this question: am I recovering rather than am I progressing? Because when you're sick, when you're stressed, when you're injured, you're still forcing rides. You're no hero, you're just miserable, and likely miserable to be around. How do other people see you when you're focused on riding rather than resting? And if I could start over again, as I put on my computer, I would treat those VO2 sessions like a holiday to Sweatland. I'd book the date, pack the bag, switch off the phone, and I would dial into the session. You see, this is your warrior session. I don't care if you're 50, 60, or even 70. You've still got DNA built for the battlefield. The battlefield of the road, the hills, the wind, the rain. And now that guy that's got the e-bike, you know the one. Look, examples of good practice: use 20 to 30 second efforts and work on the recovery times, not more power. Get that recovery time down to 50% of the work time. Build your little blocks over 3 to 5 minutes, and then build all the intervals into a maximum of 15 to 20 minutes time of intervals. You can do that session in 40 to 50 minutes, or you can do 1 session a week and just throw it in. Anything that suits your schedule, just don't avoid it. Use music that fires you up. I get it, you're already doing that. But work it out so you finish the workout with a song that really resonates with you, really fires you up, and you know that finish line is coming. Mine? It's crazy though. It's a particular song from the Rocky IV theme tune, No Easy Way Out. Like, channel that fire, channel that bulletproof fire. Get dirty and sweaty with those VO2 sessions now. My word, if I could go back in time, this would be something I would be doing on a daily basis. Look, do you want to see your future? Picture yourself shuffling around with a walking stick or moving like a penguin because you never stretched. Sounds harsh? Good, because you can't go back in time, but you can start today. Push your heels back, do not use your hands, push your heels into the ground and come up. Boom! Do you feel your glutes even working? You don't have to make it complicated, just a simple little routines. I know it's not sexy. Yoga's for mums, coach. What a ridiculous phrase to say. Your mobility and your strength work should be focused around your posture. That posture you take onto the bike. Great, you go faster, you go longer without aches and pains. But everyday life, your posture is much more able to reset itself around those joints. If you're willing to ride your bike for 3 or 4 or 5 hours, you got to fix the posture after that. If you're not doing the strength work, you're missing out on that gain in lean tissue. That means your metabolic rate is pissing about in such a low level that you're having trouble managing your weight. I mean, I cannot make it simpler for you. Get your routines, sit properly, and you'll ride better. Look, longevity isn't about living in comfort. It should be about accepting and dialing in and challenging yourself to discomfort. That's why I've taken cold showers for over 30 years. No, it's got nothing to do with being Scottish and not wanting to spend money on extra gas bills. They're unpleasant, I get that, but they're rewarding. How unpleasant is illness? How unpleasant is losing your fitness? How about losing your freedom? Yeah, think about that, your freedom to get out on that bike. Easy good practice I've coached, 30 to 90 seconds, cold shower after a warm shower. Dead easy. Start with 3 a week, then you can build it up. Within 2 weeks, you'll be doing the whole lot. Every day, maybe even twice a day. The thing is, in life, today, after watching this video, you will be faced with an opportunity to take a more comfortable route or a more difficult route. In life, what are you going to do? If you really want to dial into longevity, keep facing up to the difficulties in life, because when the real challenges come along, you'll be ready for them and you'll knock them out the park. Hey, you may be asking yourself, does this really work? Of course it does. Check out the picture that I'm sharing. Can you see all the people in the Bulletproof kit? Yeah, they all are members of the 1% Club. They came to visit me in my local area and we had a nice, steady 3-hour ride together where we talked about Bulletproof, but we also had a laugh, a big laugh. Look, if you're ready to learn a little bit more about my concepts, I've got a presentation for you. You can watch, click that first link. It'll take you there. But if you want to get one of these kits, if you want to be part of the Bulletproof movement, if you're looking for something different, click that second link. I'll give you free access to the club where you can see the people in that picture and you can talk to everybody in there and you can see the difference it's making to cyclists, just like you. Point 5 is something I really don't like talking about, but it's cherish every ride, because it could be your last ride. Imagine that. What a horrible thing to say, coach. But I want you to think about that. What if you couldn't ride again? What if starting right now you couldn't? Injury, illness, or even worse, death. I mean, it's a reality, isn't it? But think about your cycling now. Think about how much you enjoy it. Do you really enjoy it? Or do you feel as if you're riding because you have to, because Strava, because you've got an event coming up? You've got to stop that. One of the things that I hate seeing is people who can't cash in their fitness. Their fitness is only because they've got a planned event. That's great, but it's not the way forward. Look on a map and plan to go to a place because you've got the fitness. You don't have to jump between event to event to event. You've got to be able to cash in that fitness, and you've got to be able to take photographs on ride rather than look at watts. You've got to be able to stop, take in the adventure that you've on. You've got to be able to dial into planning a route, a new route, get excited about where you're going to stop, where you're going to go, distances you're going to cover. I mean, try and take all the points I have mentioned and then really sort of bring it together into every single ride. Is a pleasure. Every time you get on that bike is a pleasure, because guess what? There are people who can't do it anymore. And you're bloody lucky that you've got that ability to get on the bike, get on that time machine, because that's what it is. It can allow you to slow down the aging process if you use it correctly and stick to those points. Check out the video that I'm just sharing that goes into a little bit of detail of why a 100k ride might not be the best thing for you if you're living your life the non-longevity way. Anyway, until the next time, I wonder if Sharon will mind about the tyre tracks across the grass. As always, forgot my jacket.